Hi, my name is Katie Popungatoa. I am the academic interventionist and the BARR coordinator here at Stillwater Area High School. We have implemented BARR for 3 years. This is our 4th year of implementation and have now trained our entire staff in the strategies related to BARR. The neatest thing that I found in all of the trainings that we did with BARR was when we asked the teachers what was the takeaway, and they shared that it was the focus on positive relationships. BARR stands for Building Assets, Reducing Risk, and the best way to get to know the strengths or assets in a child is to really get to know who they are. So students are our focus. Relationships with those students, relationships with our families, relationships with each other as teachers are all important components of BARR. Equity is the foundation or corner piece of BARR, and I'm just going to show you the definition here that BARR uses when defining equity. We believe all students, regardless of race, ethnicity, or economic status, deserve a high-quality education where adults know them, recognize their individual strengths, and help them thrive both personally and academically. And you will see with BARR, there's a social emotional component that is critical to the success of BARR, but that through that lens, we see academic achievement in our students. So why BARR? Well, let me show you the successes that we have experienced with BARR. These successes do tie in with our academic data. And just to give you some perspective here, this is our data for 9th grade. And what you will notice, the blue line is our failure rate. So that means percent of failures. And the red has to do with the number of students that are failing 3 or more courses. And in previous years, we would have 6 courses at this time. We still have 6 courses in a semester. And so the neat thing that I saw is last year after semester 1, we had only 1 9th grader who was failing 3 or more of his courses. And I look at the number of interventions that we had in place that were really helping this student to exceed in areas of his own social and emotional growth. And so that this student had a wonderful second semester. And I think if we had not put in place the interventions that we did in semester 1, he would not necessarily have seen that growth. This right here is our data for 10th grade. Last year was our first year to implement BARR in 10th grade, and we just had 1 team of students, and I'll talk a little bit about teams next. But what you will notice most dramatically has to do with the number of students failing 3 or more courses. It was the lowest that it had ever been. Our team was really focused on the struggling learners, but it was amazing to see the growth of those students and the increase in their confidence as courses became more and more difficult. And we hope to see that continued success for these students as they move into their junior year this year. This right here is looking at our data for over a 2-year period of time, comparing our 9th grade to 10th, 11th, and 12th. And you'll see that 9th grade has been on a steady decrease. Sometimes you see with the 10th, 11th, and 12th some fluctuations, especially starting out maybe a little bit higher. We saw that with the 10th grade that there was a lower start to the failure rate. So we were looking at maybe there was some carryover from what the kids had learned in 9th grade, which is why we are continuing BARR in 10th grade this year. This right here is a video that I do have connected if you would like to see it, and it talks about the experiences of one of our students who struggled quite a bit as a 9th grader, and now he's a senior, but the growth that he went through and the teacher's experiences in working with him and other students. So what will this look like for your child if they are in 9th or 10th grade? In 9th and 10th grade, we have teams. So we put our students grouped up together with the same science, English, social studies teacher. And in 9th grade, we included math as well. And it makes up about 160 students with these 3 to 4 teachers. We also have a special ed teacher connected to teams in 9th grade. And as a team, what that means is the kids participate weekly in what are called I-times, and I'll talk a little bit about those in the next slide. But it also means those teachers are getting together on a weekly basis to talk about the kids that are doing really well, the kids that might be struggling. Maybe they're struggling academically, maybe they're struggling with socially, maybe they're struggling with some other issues, but coming together to come up with ideas and interventions to put in place to help the students be successful and feel supported. So in iTime, what that looks like is an activity that takes about 30 minutes of class time. It happens one time per week, so it rotates between their teachers. So it might go English, science, social studies, and in ninth grade math. And the opportunities it provides is it allows students to get to know each other better. It allows the teachers to get to know the student. It also allows the students to get to know the teachers. And teachers learn so much about the students' strengths, what's their connection to school, where do they feel they can go for support. And it just really helps us create a picture of what is that whole child. The focus is on our social emotional learning. And like I said before, we really put the energy into that social emotional learning, but then we have these incredible academic outcomes, which has been proven in the data that's been collected about BARR. This right here has a little, we do a survey at the beginning of the year, just asking kids and to tell us where would they need support. And these are our top 3 student concerns: improving study skills, improving organization, managing stress. So we looked at this when we did this in the fall of 2017 and thought, oh my gosh, so we did some proactive, or we did some things throughout that school year, and we definitely saw a decrease. And so we also know that in the middle schools, they run developmental design. So in coordinating our efforts with the middle school and talking about what kind of things do they do there, we came up with a freshman seminar. And so last year we implemented a freshman seminar, and right away when we surveyed kids at the end of September, we found out that these typically top 3 concerns were not necessarily their top 3 concerns. So this survey allows us to look at where are the needs that the kids have and what can we do to proactively reduce their stressors. Lastly, I just want to leave you with this quote: no significant learning occurs without a significant relationship. We understand that relationships are the key to helping students be successful, and we want to encourage your involvement as well. So you'll notice I have some links provided. Feel free to take part in our parent advisory group for BARR, and also hopefully you'll be hearing from us as a teacher team and as the BARR coordinator to let you know more about what we're doing as a school. Thank you so much for your time.